Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be creating this makeup look for you today. This is it's like a graphic liner. I don't know what the definition of graphic liner is, but I'm pretty sure this is graphic liner. So we have a white wing with a black wing, but the white doesn't go all the way across. It's just kind of like the tail of it, and then a really bold pop of blue and turquoise on the lower lash line. I have been seeing like intense liner looks with like pops of color everywhere lately. I think the first person that I saw do it that was like really bold was Lauren Curtis, I believe. And I love her videos and I love the makeup look that she did with like the really intense black and white graphic liner. Shan XO did one. Manny MUA has done a lot of really cool like bold colored liners lately. And I've just been seeing it a lot everywhere. So I just wanted to play around with it today and see what I came up with. So I didn't really have a plan when I went into it. I knew I wanted to use a pop of blue and I knew I wanted to use black and white. I just didn't know exactly what I was gonna do with it. I'm also gonna be including all the products that I got in the Ipsy bag this month and some new liners that I got from NYX. So I have the black and white matte liquid liners. Match my shirt. So the white one is obviously the white stripe. I did have to layer it a few times, which you guys will see. And then I also have the black one. I really like the black one. You guys recommended it to me when I talked about the NYC liquid liner, how it wasn't like as matte as I want it to be. So I tried this one out today too and I really love it. So thank you guys for your recommendation. All right, so that's enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna be trying out this Tarte mask. This is the Amazonian Clay Double Detox Facial Mask. And I'm just gonna add this to any problem areas of the face, basically just my T-zone, chin, and on my cheeks. And then I'm gonna go ahead and wash it off using the Peter Lamas Detoxifying Citrus Facial Cleanser. This one's gonna help to deep cleanse your pores and gently detoxify the skin without over drying it. So I'm gonna go ahead and towel dry my face and then I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize my skin. And I'm using the CeraVe Moisturizing Lotion, which you guys know is like my favorite moisturizer ever. And then to add a little bit of SPF, I'm gonna be mixing it with the Bare Republic sunscreen. This has an SPF 30 and I'm just gonna mix it in with my moisturizer and then just add it all over my face. So my hair is still wet right now from when I washed it earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of this Balanced Guru hair oil. This is just a lightweight oil that will help to control frizz. So I just add a couple drops of it to my hands and then add it to the ends of my hair. And as you can see, the ends of my hair are frizzy. And then I always like to add a little bit of lightweight leave-in conditioning spray when my hair is damp. So this one is from Briogeo and it is the leave-in conditioning spray. So I just add a few spritzes of that and then put my hair up in a clip and then I will finish drying it later. First, what I'm gonna do is put on my eyeshadow base, and this is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot and a Luxie 120 brush. Next, I'm gonna take this eyeshadow from the Balm. This is from the Nude palette, and this color is called Fit. And this one's really nice. It has a high color payoff, so I'm just gonna pack it all over the lid. Okay, so now I wanna add a little bit of color to the crease. So I'm gonna take this color, this is light brown from the Lorac 2 palette, and just lightly buff that into the crease just to add a little bit more dimension. You could use any like soft brown shadow, really. I just didn't want to use Uninterrupted, first of all, because I always use Uninterrupted, and because I didn't really want like a yellow one. I wanted like a very neutral brown. I do want to add a little pop of brightness just right in the center of the lid, so I'm going to take Rose from the same palette and use that same E14 brush and just lightly add that to the very center of the lid just to add a little bit of shine. Okay, so now I want to do kind of like a fun wing today. So I'm going to take this NYX white liquid liner and I'm just going to go ahead and draw like a bold winged eyeliner to this look. That's why I didn't want to do like really intense shadow on the top, because I want it to be more about the liner and then also the lower lash line. For the white part, I kind of just want it to be focused on the tail of the wing as opposed to being across the whole eye. So I just want it to like stick out on the outer edge. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer on the NYX liquid liner in black, and I'm just gonna do a regular winged liner here on top of the white, and we'll hope for the best. Okay, so we just finished up the eyeliner, and as you can tell, it's like cracking a little bit. I don't know if it's because I layered it or it's the white one, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep on moving. And then I'll do some detail work at the end if it needs a little bit of help. But I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and put on some mascara. And today I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Telescopic mascara, one of my old favorites. I'm just going to put mascara on the top lashes for now. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put on some lashes. And these are some of my favorites. These are the Koko lashes and the style name is Goddess. Okay, so we're done with the top lid. Now we're going to go ahead and do the rest of the face before we hit up the bottom lash line with some craziness. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to complexion before we do the rest of like the lower lash line stuff. So what I'm gonna do first is some concealer in my under eyes. And you guys know, if you follow me on Snapchat, you know that I've been using the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. And you also know that my dog chewed it. So I keep it in this little Ziploc bag now, but I refuse to get rid of it. So I'm using the shade Neutral Medium. Really good for canceling out under eye circles. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that, and I'm just applying it with a concealer brush and then buffing it out with a MAC 130 brush. Okay, so for foundation today, I'm gonna be using a new product, and this is a new Too Faced foundation. It's called Born This Way. This is it right here. It looks very like luxurious, doesn't it? Very similar to like the Armani packaging. Okay, so this foundation is a full coverage oil-free foundation. The color that I'm using today is Warm Nude. And I did do some like color swatching of this particular foundation. It's very similar to the Makeup Forever HD shade 127. I'm gonna be using the Morphe E6 brush. This one is also from the Elite collection. Okay, so this is like my first time using this foundation, so I'm just gonna give you like first impression, but not like full review yet, you know? It feels a little wet on my face, but it does have really nice coverage. I think it's just because I'm so used to using a super matte foundation now, but so I'm not like mad at the luminosity right now. I'm just not used to it. So far it has pretty good coverage. I like this color. What do you guys think? I think I like it so far. Feels really good. Oh my god, and this brush is fantastic. New favorite. I can feel it. I can feel it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my face. And to do that, I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Age Rewind. And this is in the color Neutralizer, which is kind of more of like a bright color. I have fair, which is like too light for me. I have light, which is good to like conceal under eyes. And I also have the brightener one, which is like really, really pink. But I like to use this one for like highlighting. And then I'm just gonna buff it out with a damp beauty blender. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and contour my nose a little bit. And to do that today, I'm gonna be using the Smashbox contour stick. So this comes with like a highlight and a bronze. It's like a little trio pen thing. But I don't like to apply this directly just because I feel like it adds a little bit too much, but I love the color of it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of it to this Luxie 110 brush, just right up at the top, just kind of like paint it. And then just add the brush to my skin, just that way I don't add too much, because I don't like it to be really strong, you know? Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eye area, and I'm gonna be using a new technique. I actually saw Rezi do this on her Snapchat. She's like really, really funny on Snapchat, by the way. But she did like a mini highlight thing on her Snapchat, and she used a beauty blender to set under her eyes with powder. People have told me that before, but for some reason I was just like, how can you set it with like a wet sponge with powder? It just sounded really weird. So I never tried it, but then I saw her do it and I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna try it. So I'm gonna be setting my under eye area, and I'm gonna be using the Nye Cameo Powder today. Nice and heavy duty. And I am using a different beauty blender than the one I used to buff out the Neutralizer under my eye area. So you apply like a pretty heavy duty layer and let it sit, which I guess they call baking or cooking, and then we'll dust off the excess in a few minutes. Okay? Okay. So while my under eye area is baking and cooking right now, I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face. And I'm using the MAC Select Sheer Press Powder in the shade NC30, and this is a Sigma F30 large powder brush. I'm gonna go ahead and dust off some of this excess under eye powder. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and contour my cheekbones. And you guys know I normally use this brush. This is a brush that is from Costco from forever ago, but I'm gonna try out a new brush because I know you can't, well, I'm pretty sure you can't purchase this one anymore. So I'm gonna try out this one. This is E4, the Morphe brush from the Elite series collection. It looks like a very similar shape. And I'm gonna be going into my handy dandy NYX highlight contour kit, and I'm gonna be using the bronzy shade. I don't know why, normally I like to use something a lot more ashy and like neutral, but I really like using this shade. I feel like it kind of doubles up as like a bronzer. So now to perk up the skin tone a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and use this bronzer from Pixi. This one is called Summertime. It also has vitamin E to protect your skin. And I'm just gonna lightly buff it into the hairline, forehead, and down the side of my cheeks. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and save my blush until after we do the lower lash line, and now we're gonna add like the pop of blue. And first I'm just gonna start off by lining my waterline with this navy eyeliner pencil from Scone Cosmetics. And this one's nice because it has a twist tip, so I don't have to sharpen it, because you all know I suck at sharpening. So now I'm gonna take this brush. This is the Morphe E36 brush, also another brush from the Elite collection. And I'm just gonna rub it like right along the scone eyeliner and smudge that directly underneath the waterline. It's just gonna be like a nice base for a bright blue shadow. So I'm gonna be taking a color, this is from the Morphe eyeshadow palette, this is 35D. And I'm gonna be taking this really pretty, like bright, electric, icy blue. This is kind of like a metallic color too, so it'll like really help to brighten it up a lot. I'm gonna be using the same brush that I used to smudge on the lower lash line, and I'm just gonna be kind of buffing it in and blending it downward, so it's got kind of like a reverse smoky eye going on. All right, now I'm gonna add a little zinger. So just to brighten up, like right there on the inner tear duct, I could do a neutral color, but I don't want to do that. I want to add more color. So I'm going to take this OCC pigment. This is in the color Saturate. This is kind of just like a turquoisey blue, and I'm just going to add it directly to the tear duct area. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some mascara to the lower lashes. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put on some blush, and today for blush, I'm going to be using the Nars Madly. I don't know if you remember, but I used to be obsessed with this blush, so I'm gonna go back to it today, just that way I don't use Milani again. And this is a Crown IB126 Chisel Blush Brush. This is like a nice blush to wear if you got like a lot of color going on, you know? Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add a nice little dewy glow to my skin. And I'm going to be using the Girlactik Face Glow in the color Natural. And to apply it, I'm going to be using a Luxie 205 tapered blending brush. This one is a really nice synthetic brush, and I'm just going to use this brush to apply a little bit down the center of my nose, and on the cupid's bow, and then a little bit on the tops of the cheekbones. I decided what I want to do in my shadow is add a little bit more to the crease. So I'm going to take this eyeshadow from Makeup Geek, this one in the center, Mocha. This is one of my blending brushes, but this is like a really tight one, the C441. And I'm just gonna lightly add that directly into like the inner crease area just to add a little bit more dimension to the top lid. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add some lip color. And for lip liner today, I'm gonna be using Stripdown from MAC. And then for lipstick, I'm gonna be using Dose of Colors Poise. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add some lip gloss to the top because I'm dying to use this one. This is the Makeup Forever Artist Plexi Gloss, and this is in the shade 200, which is like a super nudie nude. Okay, so we're all done with the lips, and I'm actually loving this combination right now, the Strip Down with the Poise and the Makeup Forever gloss, because I love my nudes. Anyway, we're all done with this makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this is like really bold, there's kind of a lot going on, but I had a lot of fun trying out new products and playing with new trends with like graphic liner and pops of colors. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.